talk.
I feel like we're so close together.
I think you could go slightly further back and
so?
still be all right. I think so, because my hand is further over.
What's it?
Yeah. I mean, you can come as close as you like, Daddy.
So, ERRRORS, right. We are here. We are here in the Dukes once again in Lancaster.
Hosted by.
Oh, they're just beautiful. Such a beautiful
lovely
place.
people here.
And we're here to talk about ERRRRORS launch weekend.
It went so well. Should I start? If you're enjoying a cappuccino.
I'm enjoying my cappuccino, yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Well, I think things went super well. As good as we could hope for. I mean, what a reception. We have nearly 200, it might be 200 followers on Facebook, and we've already got our first 30 or so subscribers on YouTube. We did say before that a lot of our stuff, actually I say before, like, it depends on the sequencing, I guess, but we did say that the majority of our stuff's going to be coming out on YouTube.
Yeah.
So having the YouTube sort of be a bit of a metric, I think, of whether people are into the thing that we're doing, because that was one of the big not questions, but one of the big fears going into this, like, his art, it does that, doesn't it? It's sort of, you're putting your heart on your sleeve and showing it to people, right? So the idea of producing something like we have, which has been thought out and carefully planned and kind of has been put together with kindness and feeling and emotion. Like, you just stick it on a plate and you're like, here's this thing. Yeah.
Would anybody like to partake of my heart and soul? Sort of deal.
Yeah. So it's really nice that the feedback that we've had has compared us to a load of bands that I really like.
Nice.
That I really, really like. And people have had nothing but positive things to say, other than our name using a backwards R.
Oh, well.
We did get accused of.
Oh, I was unaware of this.
Oh, well, we did get accused of. Because Nine Inch Nails have the reverse N. Right. So we got accused of copying Nine Inch Nails' reversed N.
Well,
although in fairness, there's 1,000 people that have reversed letters.
There's loads of stuff like
so
that.
We could have been accused of copying Author and Punisher, because he uses a reverse N.
And 3 teeth.
And 3 teeth. Or maybe both of those also copied Nine Inch Nails, and we've copied 3 teeth.
I think.
We haven't copied any. Not intentionally.
No,
not
but it's a bit of a trope in terms of logo design, isn't it?
Interestingly, you should say trope, because the guy described it as tripe.
Oh, I didn't know. Right, I meant to ask you about that.
Yeah. So it is a bit.
Wow.
Not like a bad trope, I don't think. It's just a bit of I don't know. It's just a bit of artistic license, isn't it? To fool around with letters.
As you and I chatted about, what we're going to do with this particular episode here, because we've already recorded several episodes. We'll probably get about 4 or 5 out of what we've done so far. So I've released episode 1, and then actually a lot of that is kind of lined up for release over the coming weeks. But I thought today this is a bit like an episode 1.5.
Nice.
So it'll kind of slot in. So you've said we've already talked about releasing stuff on YouTube, and we have, but people haven't. You've not heard it yet, you beautiful people.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Exactly.
I need to
ring the bell. Hit the bell.
Ring the bell. Is that the sound?
I think yes.
Is it pinchy, or is it like?
It's like that kind of traditional bell. Yeah. So you hit the bell for notifications. Please. That'd be good. So you said that, but then we'll kind of release this as an episode 1.5, sort of post-release weekend.
That'd be nice. It's at the start of an episode, or at the end of a previous episode in a TV show, where it says in the next episode. Yeah. There'll be some stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Easter eggs.
Exactly. That's the idea. So
what else has happened this weekend?
Release weekend was mega. Sick. So I haven't really been too party to any. Well, I haven't seen any negativity, which is great. That I've seen nothing but positivity, really. So I guess the way that we've kind of delegated our work this weekend has been that I've been kind of responsible for getting the visual element of things ready. So we've already talked a bit about the logo and where that has kind of fallen down with one or two people, clearly, but I stand by it.
I stand by it.
Yeah,
I
think we kind of collaborated on that. And I guess there's a little bit of backstory to the logo that we won't necessarily get into now, because I'll do a separate video about that, I think. But it's essentially kind of come from looking at various logos for stuff, and the idea of kind of like reverse letters promote symmetry, which is really that's a huge part of Western design culture and Western design language anyway, that you want to promote symmetry and balance and clean lines and stuff. So we kind of set off wanting to promote that and have a kind of strong emblematic logo that goes with the name, and that's where the reverse R's came from. And I'm putting together a video where you can see me actually kind of literally drawing it out.
I was going to say
template,
yeah, because that's
that was Banksy style,
yeah.
And then spray painting it, which kind of worked, but then we've in our classic analog to digital style, it's ended up going cleaner and more analog. More digital now anyway. But yeah, I've seen nothing but positivity, which has been great, because there's no end of negativity out online. But
what we're joining, or what you're joining, which I'm part of, what you're joining is I think a really nice scene, and depending on what order these come out, I do think it's really positive, and I think people will bash the scene, and they'll bash sort of people in it, and this is a problem and that's a problem, and I mean there are problems as with every scene, but you and I have been in and around music for long enough to have entered and exited quite a few of those scenes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this one is the nicest, most welcoming and warmest reception that you can get. Things aren't super gate kept. I don't think.
No, not at all. And that is definitely something that I wanted to say today, really, to kind of make it really clear that you guys who are watching this and the other artists, so musicians,
Marco,
DJs, and stuff.
Let's talk about Marco, right? Because Marco from C-LEKKTOR, he's massive. People don't know. There is nobody that listens to this type of music that doesn't know who that guy is, right? And he lives on another continent. Yeah. And he's volunteered his time and energy and effort to remix one of our songs, and we're nobody.
It's amazing, and what a lovely dude. And I think that is definitely the kind of the key exemplar, if you will. Is that
that's probably a bit academic, but
okay. I've been he's the sort of key example of exactly the energy that we've been met with. It's been glorious. Some really lovely supportive people, like you said, no gatekeeping, really positive. Any kind of culture, scene, whatever, is gonna have a few people that are negative, such as your tribe comment, and why have you put your ass back to front, mate?
Well, part of that comment was all about that's not industrial. Yeah. And I don't disagree, and I don't the word will mean different things. We were talking about it before with Metallica, where in 1989 or whenever it was, they were metal.
83, their first album, 83, yeah.
But they were metal. It's these guys are metal. These are the heaviest music that you can comfortably access, and now they're dad rock.
Yeah. Well, hello. What's your problem?
I'm excited. This is a technical thing. Do I talk into the other camera? Let's assume yes. Ooh.
There we go.
We should definitely keep this in.
Yeah.
It properly ties together the whole ERRRRORS vibe.
Yeah. There was literally an error.
Happy accident.
Yeah. It's still recording, so we're good.
Sweet. I love that.
We're good.
So Metallica used to be metal, and that sort of evolved into being dad rock, or being some iteration thereof.
Yeah.
And so what I look at as industrial, people like Nine Inch Nails, who will always be my reference point, maybe they're not industrial anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they are alternative rock.
Oops.
And maybe the likes of Ministry and Throbbing Gristle and the others from the 80s and 90s. There are artists that are more like them than are like Nine Inch Nails-y, like, or a band like Youth Code. Like, where would they fit? Like, are they metal? Are they? Because they're like, are they just like aggressive alternative music? I don't think there's a straight answer. But that guy, when he was saying like this isn't industrial, like to him, like I don't think he's like just bashing just for the sake of bashing.
No.
I think it's a fair comment that in his mind, what he sees as industrial isn't what we're making, and you know what, I'm all right with that.
And it's kind of like when you're releasing whatever it is online, whether it's music or just being online, chatting with strangers, like it's so easy to take things out of context as well. Like, I suppose that guy has described us as tribe, so maybe it was a negative comment.
Maybe he likes tribe.
Maybe, yeah. But equally, for some people saying like, hey, this music isn't industrial, or if we'd released it as rock, like this isn't rock, this isn't metal, this isn't pop, whatever. Some people they're just being honest, and I guess that's kind of part of it, isn't it? And like also like what I've learned from other kind of online stuff that I'm into, such as Warhammer, for example. That's been another really like overall positive.
Why? I think the mics will pick us up.
Yeah. Well, there was a bit of background noise last time.
That's okay.
I guess so.
We're in a public space.
That is true. So yeah, like what I've learned from Warhammer and like the whole kind of online scene around that. Like I love Warhammer, and there's some really amazing people that are invested in that. But that's kind of the part of it. People being very invested in stuff. So people that are interested and heavily invested in the lore and wanting to know all about it and being an authority on it. And I guess it's the same with like genres of music as well, isn't it? Being the guy who can say, well, that's not industrial.
That's this thing, but that's that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's fair. We should talk about some of the bands that we got compared to as well, though.
That is true. Yes.
Because I was surprised, pleasantly surprised by some of the bands that we got compared to. So some of the bands that I listened to, Orga.
Nice.
Who I think he's based over in Germany. The guy Kyle.
Sounds like it.
Kyle. I think he's British though.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong. Like my fact, which might or may not be a fact.
Yeah.
I think he's the son, or a relative at least, of the guy who played Darth Vader in the films. I can't remember the guy. What's the guy's name?
As in the guy
tall,
who, like the
tall
big
guy,
the big bodybuilder guy. As opposed to the voice of Darth Vader.
Yeah. I can't remember his name, but I think he's a relative of that guy. I might be a million miles off, but I'm sure. But
interestingly, all the stuff that we recorded last time on episodes yet to be released, like we were accurate with all that stuff.
So that's good. Cool. That's good. It's important to fact check.
Yeah, so hopefully we're
so Orga, who have just released a new album.
Nice.
I think it's called The Old Arcade. Certainly one of the songs is. I've been listening to that. It's well worth a listen. It's really nice. Compared to Empathy Test, who Isaac, I think started off in London. I remember being one of the first 100 people to like their page.
Really? Wow. That's very cool.
It's my claim to fame. Because there is a guy called Rick Newman. Everybody knows who Rick Newman is. And he pointed me in their direction because he knows I like a bit of synth pop as well. And he was like, check out these guys, they're going to be massive. I mean, lo and behold, right, they are. But we got compared to them, which is huge.
Yeah.
Their song Losing Touch is cool. Mega, and I think they have some songs on a Netflix documentary as well.
Wow.
I know, right? They're proper legit. But the biggest surprise
I was just going to say exactly that. The biggest surprise, go for it.
Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
I don't think our music sounds like Depeche Mode.
No, I'm not convinced.
But I suppose the thing is, if we're not aiming for it, like maybe that's just we're just not hearing it. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm certainly not disappointed with that. Like, Depeche Mode are amazing. So if people are hearing something, I wonder if I guess we can ask people, but like I wonder if it's your.
We could ask people.
Yeah,
do we sound like Depeche Mode?
Do we sound like Depeche Mode? That is an excellent question. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. That'd be cool. And if you do think we sound like Depeche Mode, then why? Let us know why.
Yeah.
Because is it Stephen's glorious melodic vocal delivery? Or is there something else about it?
A guy, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said that I sound like Mark Almond from Soft Cell.
No way.
Yeah.
That's another odd comparison.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll take it.
Like you said before about kind of like, here's my heart and soul. I've created some art and I put it in front of people, and that's part of the fun of making visual art, songs, whatever. You put it in front of people and they get something from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes what people get from it is
Depeche
frustration or like a bitter, deep-seated hatred of it, but like you still made people feel something.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I really like that. And we've got, how many more songs have we got to release? Something
loads.
like 10, 12 songs?
I think so. Yeah.
Give or take. The remix, people have liked the remix. I've already sent the remix off to a few people. I think it's going to get played at Resistance at the weekend.
Oh, people are going to have such a good time at
People are
Resistance.
going to have a great time. And they're going to hear one of our songs remixed by C-LEKKTOR, which is cool.
And that's doing really well online. Lots of people listen to that, so that's cool.
That is really cool.
And going back to, I mean, I know we've already said, but like, what a lovely dude to just deliver on that.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked.
Beautifully as well. When he sent it over, his message was, "Oh, here's the remix. I'm so sorry. It's like, mate,
what a lovely chap.
You always know apologies.
What a lovely chap." Because again, like making comparisons to kind of other like online cultures I've been part of, people aren't always like as forthcoming as that. Like they're just not. And I understand why, because there's this idea of kind of like you build your own thing up and you don't necessarily want to just give your time away, give your art away, give your kind of exposure away. So to find that in this day and age it's glorious. And he's been amazing, and there's other people lined up as well. I know there's videos yet to come, but like who do you think is next to deliver us a remix?
Well, Ryan from Witch of the Vale said that he takes forever to
Fair.
But still, like, the fact that he's considering it is beautiful. Gary from Nature of Wires.
Nice.
I think he said that we were next on the list.
Cool.
I think, something like that.
That'd be great.
Paresis have contacted us. I think he's working on his. Antibody have got some, he asked for some other bits and bobs from the track, so I've sent those over.
Palindrones have been liking our stuff online, and I love palindrones. They are super cool.
A big fan of palindrones. But an interesting one is a guy from the 90s, and I'm going to mispronounce his name, and I'm going to feel terrible about it, but it is what it is. My Polish is not as good as his English.
Fair enough.
Vilorip.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wielorryb. Which means whale in Polish. I didn't know that, but I found that out. I love his stuff, like his industrial dance. I think is how he describes himself.
Yeah, I listened to him the other day, and I was really into it.
Yes.
But also the first time I googled his name, whale came up. Whale. So now I get that. I wondered if maybe it was like an obscure term for like whale song or something like that.
That would have been nice. Nice reference, though.
Yeah. But yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, his stuff is really good, and I love his artwork as well. Like all the artwork around his stuff is really cool. It's got this kind of like sort of weird comic book vibe to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would produce music like that. Like he has a similar vibe to Static Bloom.
Right.
If you're, I don't know if you're familiar with Static Bloom. Static Bloom are sick. They do like a similar vibe to Vilorip.
Vilorip. Yeah,
I think so. Or Wilery B.
Yeah. Okay.
One of them sounds better than the other.
I'd
go with decide which.
Vilorin is definitely. Yeah, I love that.
So Static Bloom I would put in the same sort of category as them. His production is insane.
Yeah.
There are some people who didn't come back to us when we talked to them about remixes, and like I totally understand that as well, because everyone's super busy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But we do, like I would say, like it's one of those like weird things, isn't it? Because like we've been in bands since we were 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, you're supposed to release the best stuff that you've got straight out of the gate, and it's like, here is top drawer. You're not going to get better than this. This is everything that we've got.
Yeah.
And I think that some of our best stuff we haven't
released yet.
So like I like all the songs that we have released, but I would say that there's lots of really good stuff still to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you've got to keep your powder dry a little bit.
people that have offered their time, people that haven't unfortunately been able to offer their time.
Totally understandably, though, as you just said. Like,
but the other thing though is we've got people interested in seeing us live already.
Yes, yeah, and that is super exciting. Starting to move from kind of release phase over these next few weeks to then working towards some live shows.
What does live shows look like?
Are going to be sick.
Yes, lots of good ideas.
Yeah, we want to just have a really nice blend of like melody, capturing loads of energy from the layered percussion, loads of texture from the synths, and really trying to kind of translate that sort of raw, dirty energy that's in the recording.
Right, were I smarter than I am?
Right.
What I would love is I would love us to do like an Author and Punisher style. I know we've been talking loads about Author and Punisher because I'm a huge fan. I'm just not smart enough.
So what does? So is he's got like all his kind of machines?
He's an engineer, isn't he? So he machines all of his own equipment.
Yeah.
And I lack the skill set to do that. That's a lot.
Absolutely. So I think it's going to be like, it's going to look more like kind of lead vocals.
Backing vocals?
Yeah. Alongside kind of electronic instruments, so kind of DJ synthy type stuff. And
electric drums?
I was going to say electric drums. So that's going to be something new for me as well, having played acoustic drums live for a very long time, to move towards purely like electronic stuff and triggers and that sort of things, like triggering samples, and that's going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm already figuring out which new gear I'm going to spend my wife's money on.
Were you about to say if I need any new gear?
Yeah.
And what you adjusted to was?
I'm
obviously going to need some new gear.
Some new gear. All those acoustic drums that are in my house, I can't play those. Yeah,
that would be ridiculous.
Need some sort of juicy Roland drum pads.
Speaking of acoustic drums, though, do you remember when we saw King Yosef?
Yeah.
And like you were like so excited.
Oh, I went right to the front.
Real acoustic drums here.
So I've got videos on my phone of that guy playing drums. Because I was so close, the audio is just trash. Yeah. So I was just like creaming over it. A drum kit?
A real drum kit?
A drum kit? An electronic gig? This is great.
I'm big into it.
But we're not planning to do that, are we?
No.
Certainly not yet, anyway. I think that we're absolutely right to just keep things fairly like...
Get the core right.
Streamlined, yeah, exactly, and focus on kind of a well-polished, well-delivered performance that, as I said, still captures the kind of the raw energy that we're looking for without overcomplicating things. Because like you said before, how you turn up with a drum kit to an electronic gig and it's just potentially a little bit out of place. I kind of get it. Like, that was you kind of, I don't know, counselling me, maybe, I don't know. Like, look, mate, you can bring your drums. It's okay, but...
It might be a bit weird.
There might not be a role for it in a lot of the places that we're going to play. And be prepared for the fact that, like, do you really want to be that guy?
You're more operating the control room than you are.
Yeah, and I'm all right with that. I am all right with that, because I think that like it's adding another string to our bow. Something I'm really interested in is taking rhythm of being a drummer and translating that onto like a little digital scratch instruments, like I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. And things and like filters and like EQs and stuff.
Exactly.
And there'll be loads of cool gubbins that we can do in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That again, just kind of layering in textures of rhythms on the fly in the live shows, but in a different way. That it doesn't necessarily mean just hitting cymbals and remo heads and stuff. So yeah, that'd be cool.
I love that.
What else were we going to chat about today?
We were going to talk about the reception that we've received, which is beautiful. We were going to talk about some of the bands that we have had the pleasure of working with and that they are kind enough. Let's talk about bands that we're listening to at the minute, which may not be. I mean, like I am listening to Author and Punisher.
Nice.
I'm listening.
And I listen to them on my drive here.
That's an intense drive.
It was, yeah. They are an intense listen.
And I'm listening to Orga because it's one of those things, isn't it, where when people are releasing stuff, you can just release it into the void. But it's the sort of thing that's accessible enough that if it's like adjacent to like synth poppy, industrial, EBM-y, like I'm probably going to stick it on, you know? And I think there's something quite beautiful about how cyclical the scene is, where when we release something, the likes of Palindrones, I'm assuming, will probably give it a listen.
Yeah.
And equally, when Palindrones are releasing their next thing.
Oh, I've been checking out when they're playing and if they're coming up north. That'd be sick.
God, who was I looking at? Promenade Cinema. Cinema are doing a remix for us as well, and they're playing with what are they called? Black something Queen Brides. Black Brides of the Queen.
Black Veil Brides?
Black Veil, probably not Black Veil Brides. I want to say Black Queen. Not Black Queen, because that's Greg Pugiano, like Pugiano's band.
He comes up every podcast.
He does, and he will continue to. Black something Wives.
Right.
Black Wives. But Black something Wives.
Yeah.
And they're playing in Stockholm, and they're playing in Leeds, and I think they're playing in London. Promenade Cinema is sick, though.
Nice.
Like everything that they release, because Andy does the production on, he does the mixing and the mastering.
Nice, that's cool.
And all of their stuff sounds like, if people haven't listened to it, it sounds like film scores. It's really beautiful.
I haven't listened
their
to
stuff's really beautiful.
I'll have to check that out. I'm trying to think what else I've been listening to recently. I haven't. I don't think so.
Well, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I was listening to Author and Punisher.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I can't remember which album it was. It might be his most recent one. But it was mixed and mastered by, I want to say Wayne, one of the guys from Better Lovers.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Who was also, I think, in Norma Jean.
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Again, don't trust any of that as fact. But I'm saying it like it's fact.
Yeah, that'll do. Why not? Something like that.
Yeah.
Norma Jean, one of their old drummers is definitely
in Better Lovers?
In Better Lovers. Yeah. I can't remember his real name. He goes by Goose, I think. He's a wicked drummer.
Is his name Wayne?
I don't think so. But then that does make sense. If you've seen him come from...
I know, but I don't know if the guy's name's Wayne.
Hey ho. I mean, I have a daughter who is 8, and she has monopolised my Spotify. So, as Stephen's talking about all this cool stuff, I have just been listening to the musical Hamilton for about 6 months now. That is all that's playing. Like, my Spotify algorithm is just absolutely, destroyed by it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think the music's ace. Absolutely love it, but it's not really
exposing you to.
It's absolutely blocking my brain from thinking of any kind of let's record a podcast and talk about all this cool music. I can probably recite Hamilton to just say
word by word.
Yeah. So other cool bands that I've been listening to recently. No, I mean, I did listen to a bit of Author and Punisher on the drive here, and the new Palindrome stuff is really cool. But I think the last few days I've just been up to hearing ERRRRORS stuff, really, just making sure everything's ticking over on YouTube and sharing lots of stuff on Facebook.
It'll be really interesting to see where that goes, because you were talking about the relatively slow burn of YouTube while it finds the people that might be interested in the stuff, and you showed me that really interesting, not like a graph, but like a data grab of where people have found our music from, and half a dozen of the click-throughs, the core video that they've come from is a Depeche Mode thing, and circling back all the way around to, do we sound like Depeche Mode?
So we haven't heard ourselves sound like Depeche Mode. Other people have heard it, and even the YouTube algorithm is we think you guys are
you guys sound a little bit Depeche Mode.
Yeah. Clearly there's something to do with the metadata that's gone into our YouTube
British,
channel.
electronic, alternative.
Why not?
That sounds a bit like Depeche Mode, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, the YouTube stuff is, I find it fascinating. So I won't jabber on too much about that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So like, it's all kind of set up to just slowly but surely, hopefully grow the audience. Either that or kind of YouTube will just kind of tank your videos if it thinks, well, people aren't really engaging with this very well. But that's fine. We've literally started from like zero, like brand new YouTube channel. So it'll do what it does, really. Yeah. So yeah, just
hopefully it'll find an audience again. Yeah. We're in for the long haul, aren't we? There was a guy called Matt Hart, who again, if you don't know, check out his stuff.
Surely they'll know him.
They should.
They will do. I mean, he is. I was just going to use that very word. Yeah.
And we shared a few messages over the weekend, and he asked if we were going to Resistance because he was like, oh, it'd be great to.
I think he was playing.
Get people talking about it. I don't know if he's playing or DJing, but he's like, oh yeah, you're going to go there and like be like spreading the word, and work sort of got in the way, and we can't go over there. But if you wanted to mention it to anyone, that would be cool. And
he's lined up to do a remix as well, isn't he?
He is lined up to do a remix.
Yeah, another lovely guy.
And we've got Black Hole Sun, which is one of the strange events happening in Morecambe, which is happening fairly soon. I'm sure he would like a shout out because his lineup actually. God, what's she called? Noctur Sticks or something like that.
Right.
That's a terrible collection of letters, which doesn't mean anything. But one of the headliners was recently in Kerrang for releasing their music. Like, her stuff is wild. I can't remember her name. Why can't I remember the name of that project? But she's playing.
Nice.
Along with Kyle from Orga, he's playing. And
really cool event.
Yeah, there's loads of really good people there. Deviant played, I think, last year. Deviant UK. It played last year, and Jay was in touch with me over the weekend as well because he wants to remix one of the songs that we've done as well. Because I think we'd sent him a song to remix, but he's actually heard one of the new ones and said, I'd prefer to remix that one. Is that okay?
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Which one does he want to remix? Can I guess?
As close.
I was going to say
as close as I get.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Yeah. So, but it all sort of loops together, and then the guy that runs that particular festival, he contacted us and asked us when we're ready to play live. He was one of the people that contacted us.
Nice.
So
that's going to be fun.
Yeah. There's going to be a good show in there.
Yeah. Well, the live shows are inevitable, really. Like, they're going to happen. It's just going to take us that little bit of time to kind of go through this initial, like, we're kind of phasing the project out of like releasing stuff, starting to rehearse, getting ready for, as I said, a polished live set, and then
because we've both been in bands before where we've jumped to live shows and it's like, right, we've got 5 songs, let's play live.
Yeah, exactly.
And what you inevitably do is you're playing to a room of people that don't know your music,
exactly,
which is fine.
Yeah.
Because you win new fans, but we're sort of aiming it slightly differently, aren't we?
Yeah. We had a plan for release and a plan for the next few weeks, and then after that, the plan is start putting together a live set that's going to be.
But hopefully for an audience that knows at least some of our songs or has access to our back catalogue.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I think makes a huge difference in terms of the energy in the room, because both of us feed off that when we play live.
Definitely, yeah. Well, because that's the thing, isn't it? Like, both of us are sort of, like, we're experienced live musicians, live performers, so trying to bring that to something that is going to be a polished, actual live show, rather than just like, hey, here's the only 5 songs that we've got.
Yes, we hope you like them.
We can play one of them again if you liked it. Because we've both been in bands doing that before. When you go, whoa, more song, you're like, we've played everything we know.
Played every song,
But I think that probably gets us to...
It's a reasonable rounding off point, isn't it?
So, yeah. I'm going to let the steamer round us off. There we go.
Love that steamer.
I'd love it. I'd love another brew.
We'll have another brew after this.
Yeah, let's have another coffee. So, thank you ever so much for watching.
Thank you ever so much. Thank you for everybody. So who would we have to thank? We have to thank everybody that has liked our page.
Absolutely.
Everybody that's subscribed.
Yeah.
Hopefully more of you will. Please subscribe. We have to thank everybody that is currently working on a remix.
Yeah.
Marco, who's finished his remix first of all, because that thing slaps.
Really does. Yeah, it's a banger.
And everybody that is yet to see our music, but will hopefully find something they enjoy in it, potentially Depeche Mode based.
Yeah, 100%. Right,
Okay.
over and out.
Thanks ever so much.